The gym, we're now in the hands of our capable city clerk, Ms. Lisa Carroll.
This is the pre-meeting of the Mobile City Council, Tuesday, July 29th. We have approval of minutes from July the 22nd.
Any issues, anyone? Okay.
Appeals, we have requests for waiver of the noise ordinance on August the 2nd, Public Safety Memorial Park from 12 p.m. until 1:30. February 17th, Spring Hill Avenue from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. August the 30th in Doyle Park from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m.
Any issues, Carol?
Public hearings today is a public hearing to consider the application of Katan Ahmed for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to operate a shuttle service. Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Mallory Mango, comments about $10 million allocation for a new city animal shelter. Garrett Williamson regarding the animal shelter. Reggie Hill, restoration of Plateau Africatown public safety, housing, and economic development. Ordinance is held over. 64038, consider the rezoning of property located 5945, 6000, and 6030 Rangeline Road and 5933 Rabbit Creek Drive from RA and B5 to R1 and B5. 64039 and 040 are considering the modification of previously approved planning approval for property located on the northwest corner of Loyola and Provident Lanes, and considering the modification of a previously approved plan unit development for property located on the northwest corner of Loyola and Provident Lanes. 64041, consider the modification of a previously approved plan unit development for property located at 5487, 5491, 5495 Hilltop Drive South. CIP resolutions held over. 21984, authorized contract with H&H Electric Company for West Side Park ball field lighting improvements. Resolutions held over. 08985, approved item-based bid for surveillance cameras and equipment. 08988, approved purchase order for Dana Safety Supply for vehicle upfits. 08989, approved purchase order to IVM Solutions for herbicide treatment applications on drainage canals and ditches. 08990, approved purchase order to Joe Bullard Chevrolet for pickup truck. 08991, approved purchase order to Long Lewis Ford for 6 Ford Bronco SUVs. 08993, approved purchase order to Samsung Equipment for street sweeper. 08994, approved purchase order to Samsung for garbage truck. 08995, approved purchase order to Stivers Ford for Super Crew pickup trucks. 08996, approved purchase order to Target for new flooring for National Maritime Museum. 08997, approved purchase order to Temple for traffic signal equipment cabinets. 08998, approved purchase order to Ward International Trucks for Isuzu Crew Cab box truck. 211,000, authorized contract with McElhaney Construction for Innovating St. Louis Street Mobile Technology Corridor Complete Streets Project. 31-1001, authorized the mayor to apply, accept, and receive a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice for the COPS hiring program. 37-1002, consider the application of Gwendolyn Darrell Clark for certificate of public convenience and necessity to operate a non-emergency medical transport service. Ordinance is being introduced. 88042, authorized the sale of property located at 305 Dearborn Street North and vacant land located on Lyons Street not now needed for public or municipal purposes.
Mr. Carroll.
There's two pieces shown on this ordinance. One is a triangular piece. It's about a little bit more than a half acre that is right behind the old funeral home where MAMGA has bought and purchased that funeral home with the intent of restoring and redeveloping that block. I believe that is between Warren and MLK, right across from Stone Street and right across from Heart of Mary's. That piece of property is relatively really small, and it's already surrounded by other properties that are owned, I believe, by MAMGA and also the gas station property. The second piece, though, however, that we're trying to sell in this is a piece that the YMCA constantly uses every day. If you go by there during the day, and I'm fortunate enough to be up there quite a bit because of some other work that's going on, you'll see where the Y is pushing those kids around that track in those little red push carts and using it every day for the benefit of the facility. And also they have vehicles that they use that they're also parking and using that lot on. I don't see how or why we would be selling the piece of property to another entity that we don't even have I haven't even seen a plan on or know what their intended use is or know what the future is going to be. But I do know that it's benefiting the Y, which is benefiting underserved kids and from underserved communities right now. I'm really not in favor of moving forward with this until there's a clear path forward where we're not unintentionally harming the Y. And I think I've said this the first time that we tried to move forward with the deal on this property. I mean, we've got to be very cognizant of the fact that they operate more or less as a nonprofit. They have very few seriously revenue gainful generating programs going on over there. And if anything that we do to harm or offset the programs that they have that are benefiting the kids, I think it would be harmful to the community. So I would suggest that I'm suggesting to the council until I know or we see what the plan is to deal with the property from the Y and how it affects them and what MAMGA is actually trying to do with the property, that we either table this or we hold it over for a sufficient time until we, the council, know what the plan is. And like I said, I don't know what kind of plan or what the plan is or anything over there. And don't want to be in the business of unintentionally hurting the YMCA.
What about is the property located at? I mean, near the Y. I mean, it's in the back, the
It's
side.
right behind the Y. If you come out of the east doors and you take a right coming back down to Congress and you go west on Congress, is right behind the Y. It's fenced in, matter of fact. It's actually fenced, the track is fenced in, and they're using it. So I just don't understand why we as the city would be selling something where it is a beneficial use to the organization and what they're doing right now.
Is the track, is it only used for the little go-kart thing, or they use it for multiple other purposes?
Well, I also see seniors out there. I also see staff out there using it. I see other people using it and walking also. So, I mean, it serves a useful purpose to the facility and to the YMCA. So, I don't know, again, what our intent is, what our plan is, or what MAMGA's intent or plan is. But the biggest thing right now is that it's serving a beneficial use to kids that are coming from an underserved community.
All right.
We'll be glad to sit down with you and take
Well, until we have that, I'm going to ask next week that we table this until we know what the full-term, long-term plans are, and make sure that the Y is safe and secure and moving forward, that the sovereignty of the Y is going to also be protected, because we've had this conversation once before.
Yeah, Councilman Carroll, let's just we're going to lay this over for a week anyway, and between now and next week, just talk to the administration, and also reach out to I'm gonna also reach out to the Y and also to the foundation and see exactly what's going on, and we can just bring it back the knowledge that we find out this throughout this week to next Tuesday.
When you say the foundation, you're talking directly
MAMGA.
you're talking directly
Yes.
to MAMGA's foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Madam Clerk.
Consent resolutions. being introduced. 03-1004, appoint Maggie Brings to the Mobile City County Youth Council. 09-1005 through 09-1012 are transferring funds from District 1 discretionary account to the Convention Center, from District 2 to the Convention Center, District 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all to the Convention Center, and transferring funds from District 3 to Parks and Recreation. 27-1013, designate poll workers for the August 26th municipal election. 58-1014, declare weeds noxious, weedling group 1667. 60-1015, approval water special bonus to administrative services employee of the month. 60-1016 through 1022 are determining appropriations to Azalea City CDC, Future Leaders Working, BC Rain High School, Irwin Craighead Elementary School, Maryvale Elementary School, Morningside Elementary School, Palmer Pillins Middle School, University of South Alabama JAG Girls Serve a Public Purpose, and authorizing payment. 46-1037 through 1042, honorarily renaming Carter Street as honorary Ms. Wanda Nod Daly, honorarily renaming Carver Avenue to honorary Miss Ella Marie Irvin Way, honorarily rename Jesse Street to honorary Miss Lavanis Fisher Way, honorarily rename Railroad Street to as honorary Margaret Ann Mixon Way, honorarily rename Third Avenue, honorary Mrs. Pearlie Mae Watson, honorarily rename Roach Street as honorary Salome Sweet Wiley Way.
And Vice President, seemed like Councilman Penn and trying to act like the late Levon Mans around here, naming.
It wasn't going to say anything.
Well, thank you, Vice President. President Small decided to say something. So, but no, this is a great opportunity for the Trinity Garden community. It's a lot of living legends that are still there, and their families have reached out. And a lot of times we honor people when they leave this earth, and they don't get a chance to see that celebration. And so they came to me, and I love listening to my constituents about honoring the living legends in the Trinity Gardens community. And I think it's a great idea why they're still here and able to see the celebration. So thank you, President Small. Thank you, Vice President Gregory.
I just hope the traffic engineering department's gonna have enough folks to address everything else.
Councilman Reynolds, I think we have the best traffic engineering department, not just in this region, the state of Alabama and the nation. So I believe they'll be able to do the job.
CIP resolutions being introduced. 21-1024, authorized contract with Benville Construction Services for South Brooklyn School demolition, $347,840.
Mr.
21
President,
Yes, Mr. Reynolds.
this property here, or this money to demo this, where did it come from, number one? And then number two, what is the intent for this property?
The money is from the council district, and so this is phase one of a multi-phase project to better the community and do more with the senior center. What did I say? DIP, yeah.
Oh, this is the.
This is the money we got.
I'm sorry.
Demo and design.
Yeah, thank you.
21-1025, authorized contract of Harris Contracting Services for a new fire station number 19, $4,490,000. Resolutions being introduced. 01-1026, authorized intergovernmental agreement with Mobile County Commission to facilitate certain upgrades and/or improvements to the Cypress Creek Golf Course. 09-1027, reallocate funds from various capital projects in Convention Center Fund to Capital Project Convention Center Capital, $670,936.14.
President.
Mr. Reynolds.
These reallocations of funds leads me to believe that there's major improvement or something that's planned or going to happen at the convention center? What are these funds planned for?
Yes, we hope that'll be the case. Currently, there's no change in the use of the dollars or the plan for the dollars. When we transition to OVG for the management of the convention center, we're required to provide them certain dollars in capital improvements for the year. The capital dollars already exist in the capital program. All we're doing is renaming the capital projects we have in our accounting system to one capital project, and it'll be the convention center capital project. There's no fiscal impact and there's no change in scope of the dollars.
So what are the plans? Are these capital improvements? What do you expect we'll see invested in?
So the total, if you look at this resolution and the next, is $944,000. We're simply rolling those into one. We met with the OVG 2 weeks ago, and they're formulating their capital plan for that $944,000. None of it will be expended until after the fiscal year begins, but they will bring that plan back to us to expend those existing dollars within the footprint of the convention center.
Will this money be used for, like, I would say, soft cost for, serving equipment and things like that? Or is this improvements to the building?
Improvements to the building. And an example would be, I think there was some escalator work that was scheduled to be done in the past. It was partially done. There were some remnant dollars left over, things of that nature. So all of these will be hard cost capital improvements into the facility itself.
Thank you, Mr. John.
Yes, sir.
All right. Madam Clerk.
091028, it's reallocating funds, various capital projects to convention center capital, $294,119.04. 091020.
One
Okay.
minute, Madam Scott.
Just want to state it's the same purpose.
Okay.
There's no fiscal impact and no change.
091029, reallocate funds from capital project equipment civic center in the capital improvement fund to capital project civic center improvements master plan, $174,318.13.
Yes, sir. Just want to let you know that there's no change in that process at all. There's no change with the convention or the civic center or the project itself. This is simply a reclassification of accounting codes within the project.
All right, thank you.
211030, authorized contract with Bienville Construction Services for Milton Fire Station Building Envelope and HVAC improvements, $191,131. 211031, authorized contract with Cummins Architecture Corporation for Animal Services Facility, $430,632. 211032, authorized contract with Southern Grease Hauling for grease trap pumping, maintenance, and inspections at various city locations, $45,270. 211033, authorized contract with Volker for downtown street optimization, resurfacing, and restriping, $280,163.54. 251034, grant a permanent easement to Alabama Power to provide new underground service to the Africatown Welcome Center. 371035 is the certificate of public convenience and necessity. 601036, authorized settlement agreement and release of claims. Announcements.
Council. All right. Anything from the administration? All right. All right, we'll see each other at 10:30.
William's calling from LA, and it's only 7 o'clock. So, William, what's wrong?